But every single time I see you, you want me to inconvenience myself to do you a favor. Absolutely not. So now she know I can't just get Sydney to do whatever for me no more. You're right, you can't. So she was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna ask you to do no more favors for me. I'm not gonna ask you no more favors. You're right on the money. That's the right thought process to have. I'm tired of being nice, and you are too. It is okay to be tired of being nice, because this is the real world. And unfortunately, in this world, when you are nice, you will experience people trying to bull crap you all day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a what did he say? It is a product shizzle, something izzle, I don't know. Anyway, I was talking about that Sierra song, 1-2 Step. That's my jam right there. I stay listening to that song. But anyway, what is poppin', YouTube? It is Sydney Island here. That's Island with a Y, not an S. And today we making a video talking about some shit. And in this video, it's called "It's Okay to Be Tired of Being Nice." I know people all around the world, male and female, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, biracial, gay, straight, is tired of being nice. Like so tired that it make them angry. And they angry all the time because of their own kindness. Because they feel that they keep on being taken advantage of, and they feel that they are not getting the respect that they deserve. So they think to themselves, maybe I should just start being mean 24/7. Maybe I should just start being more aggressive with my mouth when I talk, unapologetically. Maybe I should just stop being such an empath. Maybe I should stop having so much empathy for how I make other people feel and start to be more concerned about how I feel. Maybe I should be more selfish. Maybe I should be more self-centered. A lot of us in childhood, our parents will make us feel guilty if we chose ourselves first. Sometimes it was our siblings as well, our grandparents, our aunts and uncles, our cousins. A lot of us were brought up feeling guilty if we took care of ourselves or if we chose ourselves first. Maybe we made a mistake when we were teenagers and did something very selfish. And then we got scolded so bad for it that it caused us to never want to pick ourselves first ever again. Maybe we were selfish when we was kids and we didn't know any better. And so we were judged a lot, as you know, from our parents. And you just only think about yourself, blah, blah, blah. And they just say things that really make you feel like, damn, am I a bad person? Maybe you was a family scapegoat and you really was a good person. And people could see that empathy in you and they used your empathy against you. And kept on trying to make you feel like you was doing something wrong because they knew that with that empathy, that you would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I inconvenienced you. Oh my gosh, what can I do to fix it? What can I do to make it all better? Maybe you had narcissistic, I guess it's so hard to say that word. Maybe you had narcissistic parents and guardians that demanded that you make them feel loved and appreciated all the time, as if it was your job to make them feel good about themselves. But as guardians, it wasn't their job somehow to build up your self-esteem, even though you're the youngster, you're the baby, you're the one that don't know any better, right? But it's your job to make them feel good about being guardians. A lot of us are used to being told that our opinions and the way that we express ourselves is too much. That's how I have been treated by my family, and that's why I don't talk to them. Those of you who have kept up with my videos, you'll know that I haven't spoken to my sisters in 2 years, and I haven't spoken to my mom in months. I don't even remember when the last month I talked to her, because it was so it plays into the whole nice thing. I was the sweetest, nicest person in the family, and they kept treating me like I was the meanest, most awful person, because they could see that I immediately would rush and see what I could do to make them feel good. As soon as they said, Cindy, you made me feel like crap. Cindy, you did da. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I did? Okay, what do I do to fix it? What do I do to make it up to you? And a lot of the times they would say I did stuff that I didn't even do. And I'm looking around like, I did that? Narcissistic abuse, that's what it do to you. But they're really good at manipulating you. If you're a people pleaser, you are a perfect target for a narcissist. And I've been a target for quite a few narcissists, because I made it like I will do whatever you want me to do, just as long as you show to me that you are pleased with me. Yes, and that is within itself, I guess you could say, manipulation. And you don't even realize it. You know? I will do whatever you want in exchange for this validation. And it's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. So stop being so damn nice. Because a lot of the times, people don't deserve it. I had a coworker come into my living space, and I told her I was having breathing issues, right? I told her I was having breathing problems. And she came into my space because I have really bad asthma. And she came into my personal space. I let her in because we was kind of cool. And she decided she was going to light a cigarette without asking me. Right? And I paused and I said, well, what is that? And she's like, oh, I'm about to smoke. I said, no, you not? She said, oh, I can't open the window. I said, no. You're going to have to go outside with that. And she was looking like she didn't expect that. Because I'm the nice one. I'm only nice, but to a certain point. Right? And this same person did quite a few other things that showed obvious selfishness and untrustworthiness. But I kept giving her the benefit of the doubt. Right? And it got to a point where I just couldn't take it anymore. And yesterday, I told her about herself. I said, you making me feel like my boundaries is being crossed. I said a whole lot of stuff, and I could tell that she wasn't expecting it, because I just simply got tired of being nice. Because she did that to me, made me feel like she couldn't give two flying F words about my physical health. But then, every single time we work a shift together, she asking me to do her a favor. I asked her to do me one favor to avoid me having a physical health crisis, and she couldn't do that. But every single time I see you, you want me to inconvenience myself to do you a favor. Absolutely not. So now she know I can't just get Sydney to do whatever for me no more. You're right, you can't. So she was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna ask you to do no more favors for me. I'm not gonna ask you no more favors. You're right on the money. That's the right thought process to have. I'm tired of being nice, and you are too. It is okay to be tired of being nice, because this is the real world. And unfortunately, in this world, when you are nice, you will experience people trying to bullcrap you all day. Sometimes you gotta be a little mean to get the parasites off your back. It's okay to be a little mean. I don't mean be abusive. Absolutely not. It's somebody who was verbally abused in many, by her family in many different times, in many different ways. I don't mean be abusive. Abusive is like you saying a bunch of mean stuff that you don't need to say because you're trying to have some type of power over somebody. That's not what I mean. You know? I mean, it's okay to put your foot down and say some shit that a person don't want you to say about themselves, and say it with aggression. Say it with your whole chest. It's okay to say no, because I don't like how you treat me. No, I'm not doing that for you because I feel like you're not going to appreciate it. And that's not even actually being mean. And I got to tell myself this all the time. That, Sydney, it's not mean to put your foot down. But with the abuse that I have endured, I feel like I was manipulated into thinking that putting my foot down and standing up for myself against the abuse, I was manipulated into thinking that that was mean. My family would say the most awful, vile, nasty things to me that I did not deserve. And in turn, I would stand up for myself and scream back, and then they would freak out at my reaction to their abuse. I'm trying to mind my business. And then here you are trying to start some drama with me. And I react. Because I can be a firecracker. You think that you're going to come at me disrespectfully and I'm just going to sit there and let you? So I fire back. And then you try to use the words that I say against me. And I'm just firing at you because you fired at me first. And a lot of people experience that. Especially the family scapegoat. You mean to tell me that you can tell me that you wish that I would be hit by a bus? You wish that I was dead? You want to rip my hair out? You want to do these violent things to me? And then later on, you say, I'm sorry for saying those things. You didn't deserve that. You know, I'm sorry for blaming you for this. And then you turn around and do the same thing all over again. That's my sister. You turn around and verbally abuse me all over again. You admit that it was wrong. You admit multiple times that you shouldn't be talking to me like that. And then you cry to me, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. And then you turn around and you verbally abuse me unprovoked, undeserving all over again. And you expect that I'm going to stick around. No, I packed up my crap and I left. I didn't say a word to her. I haven't said nothing to her since that day that she tried to fight me over something that I knew nothing about. I still to this day don't understand what the hell was wrong with her. And I don't care. If I have to be your punching bag in order for me to be in a relationship with you, consider the relationship null and void, baby. It's done. I've been through so much mistreatment to the point where that's why I wasn't going to take it with my coworker. And she coming out with some fugazi, corny, pathetic excuse as to why she lit that cigarette in my space. I confronted her about it. I said, I didn't like how you did that. And then she said, oh, you know, you were saying that you had asthma, and I just wanted to see if you was being truthful or not. I just wanted to see if you was really being honest. I wanted to see if it was real or not. So I just decided to light it, you know. I decided not to light it, but to act like I was going to light it to see if it really was real. And I'm like, who the F are you to come into my living space and test and see if my physical issues is actually real? I have had asthma attacks many times in my life. And to have somebody come into my personal space and test and see if my asthma is real, mother effer, I know it's real. I've been struggling with it since I was 4 years old. Who are you? That's narcissism at its finest. Oh, her asthma is not real until I say it's real. Her asthma isn't real until I get proof that it's real. What kind of mess is that? And I don't treat that girl like that. I respect her boundaries. I don't be all up on her. I really be quiet, mind my damn business. And it seems that when you quiet and you an introvert, people want to push onto you and with you. And then they get all surprised. And then they look all scared and intimidated when they realize that you're not as soft as they thought. Just because I'm quiet don't mean I'm weak. I'm far from weak. I got values and principles that I stand on wholeheartedly and fully and completely. I don't have to run my mouth all day to be strong. I've always been quiet, ever since I was a kid. Ever since I was a kid, I thought I had autism. And I still to this day think that I might have a form of autism because of my socially awkwardness sometimes, you know? But I really feel like it's the environments that make me socially awkward. In some environments, I feel very confident and extroverted. But my whole life, I've always been reserved because I was raised, you know, on very like biblical principles, and I was raised to be very reserved, you know? But this reserved little lady right here is tired. Tired of being nice. Because that's what happened when you're nice. You have people trying to jeopardize your physical health. And that wouldn't be the first time that has happened to me with somebody that's supposed to have been a friend. They see me in a physical crisis and they just got an attitude. I'm having a damn asthma attack and they got an attitude because it's inconveniencing them and they want to go to sleep. They want to take a nap. All because I'm nice. And I'm in a physically debilitated position. And if I wasn't, I would get up and beat the crap out of them. So that's why you got to be careful who you put around you. Just in case you're in those moments where you can't take care of yourself because you having severe chest pain like I was having. I thought I was having a damn heart attack. More than once. So it's okay to be tired of being nice. Because unfortunately, on planet Earth, kindness is often taken advantage of and it's not valued. And I'm at a point in my life, at the age of almost 30, where I am so tired of my kindness, instead of being valued and cherished, is used against me. And then people think that that's just how it's gonna be. And then they want to stand there with this shocked, stupid look on their face when you stand up for yourself and suggest a different reality for yourself. I'm tired of it. Throat chakra activation. Come alive. Today, right now. My throat chakra has been so jacked up because of the way that I was treated. And sometimes I'll be frustrated with myself because I'll be like, after the way you was treated, you learn that being a people pleaser is self-sabotage. You learn that it ain't nothing in that for you. And you still people pleasing? You still saying yes when you really mean no? What? You better stop that. What's wrong with you? You know? If you really don't want to do something for somebody, don't do it. And this is something I'm learning. When homegirl asked me to do her a favor, I would do her a favor. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, she could have did this her damn self. In the back of my mind, I'm pissed. I'm like, okay, it's not the biggest deal for me to do this right now, you know. I ain't got no, well, I could say I ain't got nothing else to do, but I did have something else to do. I had my own damn task for the job to do. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that you was on this shit for 9 hours and you couldn't do this one little simple task? And I'm thinking in my mind, the reason why you didn't do it was because you was thinking that I was going to do it. I can't imagine knowing that I got to do this one simple task. And I just intentionally, the whole shift, don't do it because I got it in my mind that nice girl just going to do it for me. And she ain't going to have nothing to say about it. Get your head out of the clouds. Because I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. And that's been my issue with this female. She real immature and got her head in the clouds. She got this fantasy that everybody's supposed to serve her and do whatever she want them to do. And multiple coworkers feel the same way towards her that I feel. You know? And so that's a problem. It's a real problem. When more than one person is complaining about feeling used by the same person. You know? When people drive by, I low-key be feeling irritated because I be feeling like people watching me. Maybe it's my paranoia. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. But with my confidence, I still just keep on doing me. I be thinking to myself, yeah, they probably watching, staring at me because I got this selfie stick, this bright pink selfie stick, filming myself. They probably like, what's she doing? Minding her damn business, as you should be doing. I'm tired. Tired. And I ain't doing it no more. I can't do you no favors if you ain't never did nothing for me. I'm tired of doing people favors just because they nice. And a lot of people, fake people, nice. So what, you nice? A lot of people nice. The worst of them be nice. But then it's what's behind that niceness that's the problem. So many people. Got this one other lady in my job. She be behaving real nice. But I feel her spirit. And it's real demonic. So you can smile and be like, is there anything you need? And then as soon as I turn my back, you say, I don't like Sydney, I don't like her. And people do that, especially women. They be like, you need anything? And try to act like they want to help you. To try to lure you in and get into your space. And then as soon as they get into your space, they take advantage. They seeing what you got going on, and then they go run and gossip to people about it, and they try to bring you down because now you don't let them in, and they try to make you feel like they try to manipulate you because they see that you got a lot of potential now that they in your life. And how they get there, they try to manipulate you into feeling like that you don't have potential because they see how much potential you really do have. And they got there because of niceness. But you got to be able to have discernment. Is it niceness or is it kindness? Those two words are not the same. To me, niceness is a behavior. Kindness is genuine. Like a person can have a kind heart, but to have a nice heart, I don't think so. To me, this is just how I feel about it. I'm a real wordsy person. I at one point wanted to major in English, so I was in spelling bees when I was a kid. I'm a wordsy, geeky kind of person, and so in my mind, nice is a behavior, like you behaving in a nice way. But you can behave in a nice way and have a nasty heart. There's such thing as having a kind heart and acting nice, or having a kind heart and you know what I'm saying? There's mean people be acting nice. Like, I wouldn't even say mean, like nasty people, narcissistic people be acting nice. And then you got the kind people that's actually, when they do something for you, they doing it out of the kindness of their heart. It's actually a kind gesture and they don't want anything in return. But nice, a lot of like nasty people, they'll be nice to you to see what they can get out of you. But me, I'm a kind person. And there are times when I am too nice, when I'm actually judging. And I gotta be honest about that. I'm very straightforward and very blunt and honest about the kind of person that I am. And there are times when I'm being nice, but I'm really looking at that person like, ooh, she get on my nerves. But I be doing that to keep the peace. Because I don't like conflict. I don't really like arguing. But I noticed that when you don't like conflict and arguing and you try to avoid it, it ends up kind of like, I guess you could say, finding you in a way. Or you get to feeling combative because you've been so nice. And that has happened to me so many times where I'm so nice and then I end up wanting to fight because my niceness has been used against me. And that's my flaw that I need to work on. It's just being straight up, being like, you know what? No, I don't want to do that for you. And I feel like that you're trying to use me. And say it right then and there in the moment. Okay? So I believe that is all I have for you all today. If you were tired of being nice, this video was definitely for you. And I suggest making a promise to yourself to live completely 100% authentically. Then you won't have to like put on this mask and be all, hi, okay, I'll do that for you, but be mad as hell on the inside. It's torture. You deserve to be able to express how you really feel. And that's where that mask comes in at, is you grew up feeling like you didn't deserve to express how you really felt. So then you put on this mask. You don't feel that you have the right to be yourself because who you were was condemned and judged so much by your parents and by your family. But that's it. That's the lesson for today. Give this video a thumbs up, please. Them thumbs up, them likes, it really does something for us YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Please share this video with your friends who literally just got through ranting about how they was tired of being nice. Send it to them and post it on your social media. Just spread this type of vibe. People need more of my high vibes on their timeline. I'm a rapper. Girl, you got bars. Okay, y'all. I love y'all. See you later. Bye-bye.